And this plus this equals this. Uncle Bull Cow in the building. This is it, guys. The final episode or whatever of this series that we're doing, the world's hottest pepper. And we are taking peppers that people say this is the world's hottest pepper, and we're reviewing them. We actually did some previous Guinness Book record peppers last month. And then we moved on to stuff that's like some of the hottest peppers that I've had or my friends have had, people in the chili community. We did a poll, I don't know, a while back. And the poll says that, and this is from the majority of chili heads, that the world's hottest pepper is in fact this, the Primotalii. Yes, we heard about Pepper X. No one can get their hands on the powder to have it independently tested. Nobody can eat one. And there's all kinds of debate if the test was influenced, whatever. I'm not even going to get into all that. All I'm saying is right now, that is not here nor there, and nobody can try it. So, what is the world's hottest pepper? Well, the Primotalii was voted as the world's hottest pepper. And some people specified the chocolate Primotalii, but then many of them also said, but the chocolate wouldn't test as high as the red. That's what sucks about chocolate pot. So what is the Primotalii? Well, what happened was in the UK, many moons ago, Chris Saunders had some 7-pot Primos growing, okay? And he also had some Fatalies growing. He took some seeds that year from a Fatalii, planted them, and the next year he got this. And he sent it out to people, and people thought, hey, Primo as in 7-pot Primo, Fatalii, Tally, and they called it the Primotalii. I don't know if Chris named it or other people did, but it was an accidental cross, and and it was assumed that it was crossed with. We know for a fact that it was Fatalii because that's the seed he took it out of. It was assumed that it was out of a 7-pot Primo because of the tail, because that's what it grew next to and grew with or whatnot. So you will see some arguments in the pepper community that say, no, that's not that. They don't know what it is, and there's many debates, but this is what it's assumed to be, and I believe it to be true. Oh man, the smell on that. This is what the inside of a Primotalii looks like. They have the kind of the nice veins, and they still got a pretty decent placenta. Matter of fact, these peppers they're really thin-walled. A lot of growers do not want to grow them to sell by the pound. There are people that do, but a lot of people do not want to grow them. By the way, for breakfast today, we're having a little English street food, mate. So we got some crumpets with a hash brown, a little cheese, and an over medium egg. Get a little Uncle Bull Cow hot sauce. By the way, you guys can get this. Just look up Uncle Bull Cow hot sauce. You see my square site. Grab you some. All right. I don't plug my own sauce enough. I'm going to get one bite of this food, and then we're going to get into this pepper. I learned my lesson yesterday. I need at least one bite of food first. I had the worst cramps ever yesterday that I've ever gotten from a pepper. That pepper was so floral. It was screaming hot. And I said that pepper was hotter than the Primotalii. I did not even eat the placenta of that pepper. Okay? I'm going to eat the placenta of this. All right. Primotalii. Claimed to be, by many, the world's hottest pepper. Let's go. Mmm. 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 They taste really good. Of course, they have the floral notes because they're super hot. Very little bitterness. Whew, that's a screamer. But it does have that red pod chinense flavor. They do taste very much like a 7 Pot Primo. They're hotter than any 7 Pot Primo I've ever had. I'll just say that. There's the placenta, guys. Mm, mm, mm. Wicked hot. Wicked good. Wow. This is going to be the last video in this series, so smash that like button. We had so many surprises this year in the pepper community. The Pepper X thing, I knew it was coming. I know the reason why it happened when it happened, and that's why it's we're a little skeptical of it. Let's just say that. However, the Pepper X thing, the mustard pink tiger peach boot cross blew me away. Just this last minute contender. I mean, we also got the mustard ODB this year, myself and one other grower. Another screamer, scorching hot. And then, yesterday I ate half of that Jay's Red Dragon. And this is exactly why I didn't want to grow it last year. My wife doesn't remember. She told me to grow it anyway. And I grew one plant. She was mad at me last night when I said I don't want to grow it. She said, why? I said, because it tastes like crap. It's floral. If I grew it out enough for powder, then it'd be worth it. But I don't want it. I don't have the room for 20, 30 plants. But she gave me a hard time. She wants me to grow it next year. I tried to trick her. I said, I'll tell you what, you eat a whole one on camera, and I'll grow it. That way you can be the judge after you taste it if you want me to grow it. She said, no, why would I do that? Her argument was that she knows she's not going to like it. She doesn't like floral peppers at all. And most peppers, she bites around the placenta. I don't have one sitting here. Just threw one out. She'll eat the whole pepper except the placenta. She don't like floral, and she does not like the texture of seeds. Wow. Guys, this is a screamer. Let's finish this baby off. If you're gonna go in, go hard in the paint. Put a nice dollop of hot sauce. Get you a Primotalii right there. Let's get lit. Mmm. Mmm. It's such a good pepper. I've got a whole bunch of them that I picked. I need to get them cut in half here the next day and make a powder. I got some ideas, and me and somebody else are kind of scheming of a master plan what to do with it. So is it the world's hottest pepper? I don't know. the caramel Primotalii so far takes the cake for me on mouth burn. It just does. And gut bomb and all that. So Johnny is he's on board with the chocolate Primotalii. I haven't had as many as him, so I can't say. I can just tell you that I did the caramel and chocolate in the same week, and for me, it seemed like the caramel was a little bit harder to deal with. But both are scorching hot. The red, of course, would test higher because of the tannins and the way dihydrocapsaicins work. The red would test higher. I got a nice mouth burn going on right now. Ooh, yeah. But is it hotter than a Reaper? Yes. Does it taste better than a Reaper? Yes. It's hotter than most peppers out there that you can get your hands on. But for me, like I said in the video yesterday, go back and watch it. I ate way less than that on food, and I was wrecked. It was bad, man. So I think there's peppers hotter than it. Honestly, it's just my opinion. Don't get mad if you're a big Primotalii fan. Hey, so am I. And I think it is the world's one of the world's hottest peppers. And I love it, and I'm glad that it exists. And guess what? Me and Mrs. Bhutlah eat on all of our Italian food and many other things. Primotalii pepper flakes. And 7 Pot Primo pepper flakes. But either way, those are our 2 favorite red pepper blends for dried. Yeah, it's got a good heat to it. It is really flavorful. The floralness on it isn't bad at all. It's got some, but it's not bad. Overall, great pepper, scorching hot. I might grow it again next year. Really like it. And I'm burning real good right now. Woo. But yeah, 2021, I think that was the hottest pepper we tried in that first set of videos. We literally, our first 10 videos, we tried a Primotalii, and Mrs. Bhutlah got lit. She got lit. So it's the first thing to push my wife that far, and then she tried the Hellhammer shortly after, and that was the next one to get my wife up there. We knew then that that's 2 peppers that are superior. Hellhammer is, in my opinion, I think it's hotter than a Primotalii. I just do. Primotaliis are very thin-walled. Hellhammer is another one that tastes really good also. Superb, and that is but from Nick Kemp, so it's a 7 Pot Primo cross with an Apocalypse Scorpion, and he made that monstrosity. Excellent pepper. So I want you guys right now, comment below, what is the hottest pepper, or you can do the hottest 5 or 3 peppers. Comment right now, what's the hottest pepper or peppers that you've ever tried? And also, comment what you think the world's hottest pepper is. We had fun doing this series, going through stuff. And this is not because of Pepper X, and we mentioned that in some of the videos, but you can go back and watch. We were doing this before the announcement. We really just wanted to kind of review or re-review these peppers that, everyone's like, that's the hottest pepper in the world. That's the hottest pepper I've ever eaten. Stuff like that. So, Uncle Bhutlah freaking loves you. What?